still continuing the process of our dozer lines up in branch 4, and then branch 5 we plumbed the hose lay coming into drop point 45 and trying to look at this area. This still hasn't progressed a whole lot for us the last couple days, so they put some hose line here. It's sitting in a wet drainage, a wet creek, and it's actually flowing pretty good in there, so thank you very much.
All right, good morning, folks. Ryan Fleeman, IMET trainee. So to start out with the headlines, there is a fire weather watch that's in effect for Thursday afternoon through Saturday evening. It would be tomorrow afternoon through Saturday evening for gusty winds, coupled with low relative humidity values, and that will continue through the overnight hours with poor recoveries as well. So as you go into your shift today, what are you going to see? You're going to start the day with downslope, down valley winds. The way this fire is oriented, all these valleys are spread in different directions. We go to the north, we go to the south over here, and basically you're going to have, you know the terrain, understand where your winds are going to come from. They're going to be down drainage through about 1100 hours today. Then you're going to slowly start that transition period upslope, up valley after about 1200 hours. The ridge winds, today they're going to start to transition. That's going to be the change today. Today is a transition day. South-southeast, 10 to 15 gusts to 20 miles an hour this afternoon. That's going to be your ridge winds. Today's relative humidity, 8 to 17%. We're going to continue to see those temperatures remain about the same. 90s to low 100s for the incident as a whole. We're going to run hanes of 5 today. Basically, that's going to be, it's a heads-up situation. If you start to see that clearing above you, understand that you're going to start to get more lift due to increased sunlight reaching the surface. Once you start to see that, that's when you're going to be able to start seeing the hanes of 5 impacts. As we move into tonight, we're going to see those winds transition from upslope, up valley, to downslope, down valley after about 2200 hours. And then on your ridge tops, we're going to continue to see those south-southeast winds gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Recoveries tonight, 30 to 40%, so not all that great, so keep that in the back of your head. And then as we transition into tomorrow, Thursday evening, we're going to continue to see those winds increase from the south. Now we did get some information that down in this area, Yankee Alpha, a lot of times those aren't downsloping very well. They're more just southerly winds, and you can expect to see that again through the overnight periods tonight on your shift as well. Also, if you guys are taking any observations with how chopped up this whole incident is, if you're taking observations, if you could turn them into the SIT unit, we'd greatly appreciate it, and that'd help us to kind of key in on the forecast. Thanks.
Good morning, Don Bursay, Fire Behavior. Timber fuel model, add some heat, add some slope, and you've got rollout. This is a prevalent problem throughout our entire fire area. The main fire is gone, you have fire line established, and you get rollout across your line. That's the reason we got to have an aggressive mop-up out there on the line. So let's talk about what's going to happen today. Smoldering activity down in branch 1, over here on Yankee, and branch 2, backing fire behavior, some occasional torching, some very short crown runs down in this area. Good work on your part. This is what I've been waiting for. Smoldering activity here in branch 3 with some rollout potential on there. So good aggressive mop up out here. Now this area, branch 4 and 5, has been underneath this lid for the last 4 days. It's been just creeping, backing, smoldering through here. If we get some ventilation in here and we get some smoke clearing, it could get up and move. Still fuels and topography driven, but it could get up and go, not long runs, but you could see some torching, some slope alignment, and so on over here. Still a potential for spotting about a half a mile. So the safety message for today, 2 dangerous periods in a firefighter's career. Year 5, when you think you know it all, and year 20, when you think you've seen it all. This is not that fire. Discuss the margins that you've established in order to fight fire aggressively and provide for safety first. Make it a safe day.
Good morning, Paul Carlos, Resource Unit Team 1, branch and divisional roll call. As usual, please stand and shout out when I call your name, please. Branch 1, Lubis. Division Tango, Fowler. Division Yankee, Swinson. Calhoun Trainee. Branch 2, Darnell. Division Alpha, Lauderdale. Division Bravo, McCoon. Division Charlie, Norbaum. West Group, Russell. Branch 3, Fields. Division Delta, Montijo. Baker Trainee. Division Hotel, Boston.
Here.
Division India, Crosby.
Here.
Branch 4, Campbell.
Here.
Froggett, Brunk trainee.
Here.
Division Mike, Fitzgerald.
Here.
Division November, Bell.
Here.
Division Oscar, Regland. Branch 5, Webb.
Here.
And Lotta trainee.
Here.
Division Papa, Cornelson.
Here.
Division Sierra, Leonard.
Here.
Suppression Repair, Rowe.
Here.
Anderson Staging, Bidwell.
Here.
Thank you.
Good morning, Tony Brown. This is National Team 1 Day Operations. We're making progress. Every 100 foot of hose put down, every 100 foot of line cut, every 100 foot of dozer push is making a difference. We are getting around this. Slowly but surely, we're getting it. Branch 1, patrol mop up. Pretty much in patrol status down there, work around the structure. We're still getting calls for hot spots on the line, going in aggressive around the structures, and help the public out. Down in Yankee, made some great progress yesterday with some firing operations. We're really close to closing that little loop down there. So with today, getting in there and finishing out, wind conditions are right, we should be able to get that plugged in. Alpha Bravo, some firing operations going down there. We're building line down to Rainbow, try to tie that section in there. If the winds are right tonight, we should be able to fire that section in. There's a good chunk that needs to be prepped. So we get in there early, get that all prepped out, we're gonna be ready to go on that tonight. Bravo from the saddle on 18 is all tied in right now with hotline. We need to start moving that up and getting our plan to tie that back into Charlie. Looking really good down the bottom. There's some good effort. We're gonna get that thing closed in. Charlie's looking good. Moving into branch 3, Delta Hotel, Foxtrot, and Ida. We're looking really good. I'm still concerned about that boost. It's been a pain the whole time we've been here. Keep monitoring that. A lot of dozer piles down there need to be mopped up. We need to push that mop up in and secure those lines. Working into branch 4 up on top. Mike, Ida, Nora. Mike, Nora, and Oscar continue to build these lines and improve it. We're getting real close. The Onion Ridge is a good ridge. We're getting real close to getting that plugged in. We've got a good plan in place to get this in there and tied in. Preparing for Friday. Y'all heard it. Okay? For aircraft, the priority is going to be down Dinky, painting the ridge, and holding this fire in check. Moving into branch 5, Papa, and if we get in there and go direct on that, we got a plan to straighten this line up. Moving into that in here where I think we'll be able to go direct and cut that little finger out in there. It's hung up in the bottom of the creek. So hose lays down in here, get in there and aggressively mop that up. Sierra, we're looking into patrol status. So great work going on. I see crews engaged. I love it. I love it. We're going to get there. We're going to turn the corner in this thing pretty soon and get this thing out. Be safe today.
Good morning, everyone. Thomas Smith, Air Support. Today for fixed wing, we'll have early up air attack and some tankers, and they'll be supporting ops plan, painting the ridges as necessary with visibility permitting. And rotor wing, we'll have 10 water dropping aircraft, 6 type 1s, 4 type 2s, ideally supporting like yesterday in the Southside Yankee with their firing operations. For infrastructure, we're still running out of Sky Ranch, Elevase, and Weaverville. We did move the MRBs. It's across the street from Ono Station and all the way up here in Trinity, Ono and Trinity MRBs. For hoist, we have 24-hour hoist, guard 841, and daytime hoist, priority hoist, CAL FIRE 205. Additionally, order your aircraft appropriately and communicate efficiently on air to ground. Thank you.
Good morning, Anthony Sornetta, Safety INT1. First off, I want to thank everyone for the great job they've been doing on line emergencies. I know we've been preaching it and driving it home for the last 3 days. Yesterday, there were some line emergencies called in. They went very smooth. You guys gave us all the pertinent information in a quick manner, and we had resources dispatched to you en route in just a couple of minutes. So thank you for that. We appreciate you guys taking that seriously. Driving, your guys' last shift, there was a few vehicle accidents on the incident. There was one major accident, so just be careful. The public's still in the area. Some people never evacuated. Practice good defensible driving. Just go slow, watch out for citizens and things like that in the area. Lastly, situational awareness operations talk about levels of engagement. Determine the right engagement for the right tactic. Communicate those engagements to your joining forces. And then safety zones, escape routes, they're getting longer and farther away. Make sure you guys share that information with your resources. If there's dead-end roads that aren't access or egress, let's block those off and flag them so that people don't go the wrong direction at the wrong time. Have a great, safe day.
Good morning, Tom Webb, Communications Unit Leader. No changes to the comm plan from your previous shifts. We did have a little issue with cone 4 off of inskip last night. We got since had that repaired. All the repeaters are in service to give you good comms over the fire. As a reminder, some of those ranges and stuff we're not able to penetrate. Be able to use those guys from the mountaintop, those human repeaters as needed. It's a busy frequency. The tacks are busy, short and concise. Get off and say what you think about what you're going to say. If you have any questions, come and see us. Thank you.
Morning, Ray Swickless, Medical Unit Leader. Your 206 on page 46 today. Continue to use the 9 line. We've got multiple medics throughout the fire. Ambulances are going to continue to be staged at Lewiston Marina, and then drop point 55 will continue to alternate medic 145 and 115. Change today, we do have a 3rd REMS team. We'll be staging them for the day, 12 hours at Division Papa, and then starting tomorrow, we'll get a 24-hour REMS team out there for you. We've got medical supplies for your personnel. Continue to get those at Expeditors, and then down in Red Bluff, we've got Frontline Medical, and that's it. Have a good shift. Be safe.
Good morning, Craig White, Team 1 Logistics. Just a couple things, some small changes in camp. If you take a look at your IAP on page 60, there's a camp map. We did some movement of resources, brought up the out-of-state engines up into this camp. We developed a crew sleeping area right behind us in the track, so we've expanded a little bit for our support areas. Page 64 in the IAP, off-site logistics support. Take a look at that over the next couple days as things change out there. We're probably going to be moving some of those resources around, so pay attention to that as you get out there. Nothing will change today, though. We have a pretty large army of logistics folks out there here to support you. I'd just like to call attention to one of the groups that are out there, and it's the California Conservation Crew. I brought it up yesterday for the folks. When you get a chance, just take a second, say hi. They're out there cleaning the tables at the kitchen, handing out your lunches, cleaning up the camp. They do a great job. Just take a second to say thank you and say hi. Have a safe shift. Let us know what you need out there.
Good morning, Rich Rokini, IMT1 information. If you can please turn to page 55, IAP, we'll get some updated numbers. Before we do that, in the top right-hand corner, there's a link right there, excuse me, our website. If you want to receive updates about the incident, go ahead and sign up via that website right there. Also, there's a couple phone numbers up there, one for the public, one for media. And then our updated numbers, acres, 173,522. Containment is 47%, and firefighters fighting this fire in the air and the ground, 4,766. Please follow the CAL FIRE social media policy. If you need assistance with media, let us know. We have 30 KIOs that can help with that. We still have a lost and found in front, and we still are doing mail service. Stay safe.
A couple of announcements before we go to final comments from our unified commanders. First, for finance, you'll find a finance message on page 50 of your IAP. Please make sure you're turning in your shift tickets and your water use reports at the completion of your shifts in the Thesauro Hall. There will be a 1,000 hours cooperators meeting in the Shasta Hall today. Additionally, you'll find on page 56 a demob notice. Please refer to that if you are demobbing. Additionally, if you are a trainee, please make sure you're checking in with the trainee tech spec in the Thesauro Hall to get credit for this incident. We have lost and found. It's getting quite a collection of stuff. Before we have this swap meet, please make sure you're checking and getting the stuff that you may have lost. Additionally, there's an ARC message on page 59 of your IAP. As a reminder, at the completion of the briefing, please make sure you're reporting to your breakout areas, divisions. Please make sure you're taking roll call and providing that information to the deputy officer before leaving the base. If you are an unassigned resource, please report to my right, your left, to the table. If you showed up late to the briefing and looking for an IAP, you can find the resources folks there and they'll get you an IAP. Final comments.
Good morning. Just a couple of thoughts about today. As I listened to everybody speak this morning, there were a couple of things that kind of resonated with me. I heard words like margin. I heard words like transition in weather patterns. I heard things about rollout, new ground, moving resources, all those kind of things. When I hear those things, it makes me think about your operational tempo, and if you're working really hard to get a certain objective met, a piece of line constructed, something done, has a tendency in our decision-making process to increase our sense of urgency that we feel to get something done, okay? Today is another one of those days, which seems to happen about every other day or every 2 days, where things are dynamic and they're changing, and we really all need to be focused on our decision-making process. My key word that I took out of the briefing today was margin. So as you engage, you seek those opportunities, you work to meet all of our objectives and get this thing concluded. Pay attention to that word margin. Thank you.
Good morning. Greg Bertelli, Incident Commander Trainee, Team 1. So, marginal shifting day today, as we talked about. With the weather, we've got a lot of places where we have the advantage of getting there and engage. Do so where we can, it's critical. And I know a lot of us, or all of us, are tired mentally, physically, emotionally, and we've been here a long time. It goes without saying. But with that being said, there's part of us that really wants to get home and be home. But I also know that most of you out there, there's a part of you also that would rather be here instead of looking at it on the news or looking at updates on Facebook. You're here engaged. And I couldn't be prouder to walk beside you and from the team side supporting everything that you do. So keep your head on the swivel, look at the weather, take those opportunities where you can, and I'll see you here again in 2 days. Thank you.
That completes our briefing. Please report to your breakout areas. Once again, our unassigned resources to my right, your left. Thank you.